Howdy folks, welcome to this episode of Trucking with Bones, a show that is generously informative, painfully honest, uniquely car hauling, and quite often boring. Alright, here we go. Welcome to Studio 825, otherwise known as the Mothership. What's happening, folks? Make sure my goat beard is all fluffed up pretty here for the camera. Alrighty, coming to you from Studio 825 this morning. So I've had some questions and actually a little bit of experience with what we call a third-party truck. A third-party truck is when somebody wants to invest some money and they buy a truck, but they are in a position where they will not be the one driving it, either no driver's license or already have a full-time career. Just for whatever reason, they're looking at hiring a driver and then leasing the truck on and letting somebody else manage or operate that truck. And they look at car hauling because of the gross revenue that's available and consider that as a possible option. So I want to talk for just a few minutes as I cruise down I-5 here in the state of Jefferson. That's right, folks, I'm in the state of Jefferson. If you don't believe me, look it up. Jefferson. Anyway, the pros and cons of putting a driver in your truck in the car hauling industry. I have seen a number of guys try it and fail. And there's two major reasons why I've seen it fail. One is the sheer volume of breakdowns, maintenance in a truck. And I'm not talking about necessarily driver neglect or abuse of the truck causing the breakdowns. The cause isn't what I'm looking at. It's the fact that the truck does break down frequently. It's an older truck or whatever, and it ends up breaking down a lot. And when you already have all the expenses of keeping a truck on the road and driver pay on top of that, and paying an authority to run your truck under, it ends up not leaving much of a margin left. Possibly no margin at all. If you have enough money to invest where you can pay cash for the truck, that's a big plus, because then you don't have a payment. You should be setting something aside towards replacement of that truck, but at least you don't have a payment. But the problem is that unless you can buy a really late model truck, pay cash for it and the trailer, at which point you're $150,000, $200,000 in, investment-wise, you're going to have an older truck. And the older truck is going to be prone to a higher cost of maintenance. Just age-related components failing, window controllers, door latches, AC systems, just the list goes on and on and on. Just age and mileage-related components. Now, if you can buy that later model truck that's not high mileage, maybe even one that still has a warranty on it, you have increased your odds significantly of being able to be successful. Now, the other half of the reason that most of the time the third-party truck system does not work, and this is really more than half in most cases. This is probably 2/3 of the reason why a third-party truck fails financially. Driver management. I can tell a driver all day long how they should be doing things. Doesn't mean they will. The difference between what it takes to be a good car hauler and what it takes to be a good freight driver, and I mean no offense whatsoever to the guys out there doing freight. It's a job that is very needful in this country. There wouldn't be anything on the shelves at the stores if it wasn't for the freight drivers. So I'm not criticizing a freight driver at all. But they are building autonomous trucks to do that job. Which means as long as you can safely operate a truck, follow a GPS, you can be a freight driver. To be a car hauler, you need to be part mechanic, part business manager, part customer service specialist, and you also need to be pretty good at jigsaw puzzles, and you need to be able to follow a GPS and safely operate a truck. If you can do all of those things, and you can manage your time well, then there is a very good chance that you may succeed. You have a dependable truck. But so often, drivers they don't maximize their driving time during the day. They don't maximize that 11 hours, 14 hours. They will try to avoid putting a full load on the truck because they don't want to rearrange the current load in order to get an extra vehicle or two on the trailer. Especially if, as the owner of that trailer, you're paying them by the mile, which is a pretty common way that drivers are paid in the transportation industry. Not the vehicle transportation industry so much, but in the general freight industry, so many cents per mile is the norm. And it works, because the driver really has no control over what goes in the truck or the trailer. They're not required to load that trailer by hand normally, so they really could care less how much of a load is or is not in that trailer. But in the car hauling industry, the bigger the load, the better it pays, normally. Well, most of the time, you're not going to be picking up one load in one place and dropping that same full load in another place. Unless you're a stinger rig or something running out of a terminal, a rail yard. And then, as I've gone over in other videos, there is just simply not enough money in that for somebody like me to be interested. So I gravy pick the low boards. And by doing that, it means I'm grabbing one unit here, one unit there, and I often have to rearrange my load in order to make that happen. And that is just simply more work than a lot of drivers want to do. So they'll tell their dispatcher that they're full, they just can't fit another one on. They'll make up some excuse. And rather than running with a maximized load, they will end up with less than a quality paying load. So it just doesn't make a lot of sense to pay a driver by the mile in the car hauling industry. It also, I'm getting my GPS set here so I don't speed. state of Jefferson is pretty picky about how fast you can drive. Anyway, so if your driver isn't a driver that's not scared of a little bit of work, they don't mind rearranging their load, that's a plus. If they can handle mechanical issues, that's a huge plus. I'll give you just a quick example. I went to pick up an older car, and it was supposed to run and drive. I pull up, and the guy comes out of his house and tells me that, hey, I'll help you push it on the trailer. And I said, well, I thought this car was supposed to run and drive. And he said, well, it did, but then it died, and I just couldn't get it to start back. I think there's something wrong with the carburetor. So would you mind if I take a look at it? So we popped the hood, and I realized the choke cable wasn't connected. He didn't even know what the choke cable was. But the choke cable wasn't connected. It was all curled up and tucked away, so it wasn't like it had come loose. It had been that way. And I hooked it back up, and he didn't know what I was doing. I got the car to start, but I had to keep the choke feathered out to be able to keep it running, because it did have a fuel problem of some sort. I didn't dig into it to figure out what it was. All I wanted was the car to run so I could load it and offload it a few times to be able to maneuver the rest of my load. So I was able to get it loaded, and we hit the road. You're going to run across little things like that all the time that require repairs. You saw just a couple days ago that I had a trailer light go out. Now, I could have gone to a shop with that. I spent 30 minutes sitting there in the Walmart parking lot poking around that wiring harness, found the problem, found several other areas that were going to be a problem, and a section of harness that had been damaged previously, and I fixed it myself. Now, I could have driven to a shop, taken a chance on getting a ticket while I was driving, because they'll actually put you out of service over a brake light, and that's a bad thing. You don't want it out of service. Gone to a shop, most likely have to sit and wait in line, losing $100 an hour driving time, gross revenue to the company. Waited while they poked around in the harness, found and repaired, charged me for the repair, and then got me back on the road. Or you could pay your driver $20, $25 an hour, if they know what they're doing, to do the same repair at a truck stop, at Walmart, whatever. I had to go to Walmart anyway, so somebody had actually pulled up beside me, rolled the window down, and motioned for me to roll mine down, and just said, hey, you got a brake light out. So I thanked him and stopped and fixed it. So your driver, if they can do at least basic mechanical repairs, will go a long ways towards increasing the chances of success. One of the biggest reasons that I actually see a truck not being financially successful is the driver's inability to do two things: manage their time well and manage their customers well. The one thing that is a guarantee for sure in the car hauling industry is that your schedule is going to get messed up. You'll do your best to set a schedule, to try to lay out your route, your map for the day, how many people you're going to see, but there is always some sort of delays coming up that are customer related or vehicle related or something. It just happens. And you have to be good at customer service to be able to call your customers, and as long as you have the time left on your clock, to be able to make arrangements for a later evening pickup. or delivery or earlier morning or whatever you need to do to stay on track. And a lot of drivers simply don't have that ability. Because see, here's the thing about car hauling. You can have 20 trucks in your fleet, and each truck is a micro business, and that driver is a manager. He may not be the boss, but he's still managing that truck. All the little decisions throughout the day of what time he starts in the morning, what time he shuts down in the evening, if he's going into a city with multiple picks and drops, what order that gets done in. Because the dispatcher doesn't do that. Now, if you plan on managing your truck and dispatching it, just not driving it, and you understand the car hauling industry, that's a whole different story. But we're not talking about that. Remember, we're talking about somebody that already has a career, just has little money and wants to invest. When you hire that driver, you're putting your financial future in their hands. And that's a dangerous thing to do, because it's only a small percentage of drivers that can actually manage their time well without making some of the most head-scratching decisions that I've ever seen, just that make no sense. You'll have drivers that will, rather than making sure their trailer is loaded legally for a specific state, I've seen drivers actually park 10 a.m. in the morning because they know they're not legal to pass a scale that's coming up. And rather than rearranging their load to make it legal, it's assuming that they can rearrange it. And I've seen it happen where they had all sorts of room and availability to rearrange their load. Their plan was simply just to park and sit there all day, losing $100 an hour average revenue, and wait for the scale to close that night, and then drive that night. Of course, when they drive that night, they were scheduled to be delivering the next day, but now they can't because they drove that night and they're out of service hours. They don't understand the domino effect of poor time management. So rather than just getting out and rearranging that trailer that'll take an hour, 2 on the top, they just park. Decisions like that accumulate throughout the month, and if they'll make a big decision like that just makes absolutely no business financial sense whatsoever, then all the other little decisions throughout the day, 30 minutes here, an hour there, sit at a truck stop for 12 hours instead of the 10 that are required at night, every hour lost, delayed, is not an hour you can recover anymore with the ELD mandate. Your truck is tracked via GPS and you can't hide those hours. I'm not saying you should. The point I'm trying to make is when you lose an hour during the day, you can't make it up. You only have that window of time in which you can work. And if the decisions that your driver is making is burning up that time, just a few minutes here and a few minutes there, you will not recover that time. So even if they're only losing an hour a day, just an hour a day, and let's say the average driver is going to drive 25 days a month, there's $2,500 a month that is not coming into your pocket. Do that math out over a year. That's a lot of money. Now, an hour a day is on the good end. I've seen drivers get in a truck and that truck begin losing $10,000 a month because of time management. That's a lot of wasted time, guys. A lot. And do that math out over a year's time. That makes a difference between profitability and bankruptcy. So if you don't have that right driver that can manage their time really well, that will manage their time really well, that even understands the value of good time management, your truck is not going to be successful. The little things like a driver capable and willing to do minor truck repairs, it's nice, but it's not 100% requirement. Good time management and good people skills, that is a requirement. And those seem to be the harder things to find. Because in the freight industry, you've got appointments. All you gotta do is drive. And if you have a blowout and you miss your appointment, you sit there until they can get you in. But it's not something that the driver has near as much direct control over. It's just the way the industry works. But in car hauling, the driver is a business manager in your truck. So if your driver isn't a good business manager, you're probably not going to be successful. Finding that driver is a lot harder than a person would think. And here's why. Because if he's already a good manager and he knows it, why is he going to drive your truck instead of his own truck? I'm not saying they're not out there. I'm just saying they are a very, very small fraction of the CDL holders that are looking for work. Because when they're already a good manager, they're probably already working for a company who realizes the valuable asset they have in that driver, and they're paying them accordingly, so there's no reason for them to want to leave. And if they are looking for work, I want to say 90% of the time, there's a reason they're looking for work. Maybe they're a good business manager time-wise, but they've got horrible people management skills, or they got a drug problem, or they've got a significant other problem that keeps them from being able to focus on their job, and they're constantly having to turn around and go back home and solve problems there or whatever, but they've got some sort of major distraction going on. I am blessed to have a partner that supports what I do and understands I can't just come home every other weekend and still be able to follow the money and optimize the money that we're making during the time that I'm on the road. It's a real blessing to have a business partner in life that understands that. So, love you, honey. Anyway, when it comes to car hauling, unless you already have a driver in mind that has proven themselves and you know they are capable of doing this job without tearing up your truck and trailer, without constantly damaging the cargo, managing customers well, and time, because those two go hand in hand, willing to rearrange the load so we can't be lazy, willing to rearrange the load in order to put the best units on and keep the trailer loaded all the time, otherwise you're not making the best money possible, then I would discourage anybody from trying to invest their money into car hauling unless you're going to be the driver. Now, people say, well, yeah, Bones, but you said there's 30 grand a month available in car hauling. Where does it all go? That is correct. For that driver who is good with customers and good with time management and has a big enough truck and trailer, there is 30 grand a month available. Now the market's down a little bit right now, so we're usually running between 25 and 30. 30 is a little harder to hit right now. So let's just look at it at 25. A good average driver that grasps the concept of time management and isn't too lazy to do the work on their truck or their trailer to rearrange the loads as necessary to put the best loads on and keep the trailer loaded is a 25 grand a month driver plus right now in today's industry. If they don't manage their time well, 25 is not likely to be seen on a consistent basis. But let's just go with 25. And let's say that you've decided to take Bones' advice here and not go with an older used truck. Say you're going to buy a later model, nicer truck that's still under warranty and isn't going to be in the shop all the time. You're going to buy a later model trailer, not a new one. I don't buy new ones. I'll buy them when they're a year or two old, but they're still going to be a $60,000, $65,000 trailer to get something big enough to be worth doing the job with. So you're not going to be in the shop all the time, but you are going to have truck and trailer and insurance payments. So let's just say that you are an average carrier, insurance rate wise, and you are a driver with a driver you're going to get has a basically clean record. So you're going to be somewhere between, say, $1,400 to $1,600 a month on your insurance if you lease on with an established company. Now I know there's some companies that have been out there for a long time and they've been super picky about their drivers, and they can have their rates down a little bit, but your average company out here is going to be somewhere in that range. $1,500 a month, take or give a little. So you're going to be looking at, with truck payment, trailer payment, insurance, annual permits, annual tag. When I say annual permits, I'm talking overlength permits for the states that require it. Just all your miscellaneous cost of an ELD, monthly ELD fees, monthly GPS tracker, which I highly encourage you to have on your truck. All of those little fees, you're going to be somewhere around $6,500 a month in total payments going out. So you subtract that from your 25 grand, and now you're down to what, 18.5? Am I doing my math right? Now, your driver is also going to be a driver that puts the seat time in. It's the steering wheel time. They're going to burn 55, 100, 7 grand, somewhere in there in a month. Kind of depends on how their trips lay out, whether they're running long haul or whether they're doing more regional. There's a lot of little things that add up into that calculation, but you're going to be somewhere in the 6 grand a month range on fuel. Now subtract that from that 18.5 and you're down to 12.5. And y'all keep up with my math for me. If I'm getting off, let me know. But anyway, at 12.5, you still got to pay the driver. Okay. Now, if your driver's doing a good job and they're getting paid an industry standard wage, they're going to be taking home somewhere between $6,000-7,000 of that money. So now you're down to 6,500, 6,000, 5,500, somewhere in that range left. that month, and you still lack a percentage going into a maintenance fund, you still lack whatever maintenance there is that comes up that month. And if you do well and all you do is set back, let's just say you set back 10% towards truck trailer replacement, maintenance, whatever, there's another $2,500 coming off of that. Well, even if we call it $6,000 that's left, so now you're down to $3,500. If you happen to have a breakdown that month, a later model truck, it's hard to get it in and out of a shop. If there's anything even remotely significant for less than $3,000, your budget's not looking too good. If your truck is dependable, there's a margin. But so often, now of course if you buy a truck that's still under warranty, then you're only looking at downtime. But as soon as you have that downtime, nose itching. As soon as you have that downtime in the shop, even if it's only 3 days of downtime, that's a $3,000 gross revenue loss. If your truck's not under warranty, it's still a $1,000 a day gross revenue downtime loss. Yes, your fuel costs will be a little bit less as a result of that. So it's hard to calculate all that in because you don't have exact numbers. But with your downtime and the repair bill, you're still easily and very quickly going to burn up what little bit of a reserve there is left. So it kind of hinges on that driver that's going to maximize and get you that full $2,500 a month, sorry, $25,000 a month, and a truck that's not in the shop. If either one of those is an issue in that month, say drivers get sick, ends up taking a little more time off, has a family problem. You know, it could be driver related or it could be truck downtime. Whatever the case is, if your truck ends up sitting, it's a negative month. So it's a gamble. If your truck does really well consistently without the driver-related downtime or the truck-related downtime, then you can do okay. It's just a huge, huge gamble. Now, if you're the driver and you still got that $12,000 left, you'll still do okay if you spend 2 or 3 days in the shop. But if you're not the driver, if you're not the owner-operator, you've got to find the right drivers. And that's a formula that, if you have that formula, you can get rich just off that formula. So yes, this is a good industry. If you're looking to get into it as an owner-operator and you have all those skills that I've mentioned, then yeah, it's a good industry to get into. But I'm not sure that owning the truck and putting a driver in it, unless it's going to be under your authority and you are going to be the one managing it, is the best investment plan for your money that there is. I think there's a lot of things that have a far less risk for you to invest in if you want no involvement. So anyway, hope that answers that question. I've been asked that quite often, and as I've seen more and more people fail as a result of bad drivers and bad trucks. And there's no way you can forecast what that truck is going to be like. I think it's a very high risk investment. I'm not going to say it wouldn't work, not if you know you have a solid truck and a good driver, but it's a big risk. So anyway, that's my rant and rave for the day. Y'all have a good one. For those of you that hung on until the end, thank you for supporting this YouTube channel that shows life on the road as a car hauler and makes an attempt at providing honest and up-to-date information about how to succeed in the car hauling industry. We appreciate every one of you that subscribes and shares and likes these videos. A big thank you from Doggo. Life is short. Live it well. Surround yourself with important people. Choose your saddle partners carefully because they may turn on you without warning. Set a good example for tomorrow's saddle partners. Make sure you can look yourself in the mirror. The best view of the world is between the ears of a good horse. Never fail to look for the beauty in the world around you. Live your life in a way that inspires your children to go farther and be more. No regrets.